this job is all encompassing and it's hard. Hey guys, I haven't come on and talked about my teaching in a long time, so I decided to do that today. The end of the year is swiftly approaching, which means that a lot of you are probably getting out of college and graduating, trying to get your first job as a teacher, possibly looking for a job as a teacher. And I have been in school since 2009. Working as a teacher's aide, and I have been a classroom teacher since 2014. So I feel like I have quite a bit of experience that I can share with you. So there are some things that no one ever really talks about as far as being a teacher. So I just want to tell y'all the real truth about teaching and some of the things that you might not realize goes on. A lot of people, you know, they're all excited because you get summers off. Really, I don't really get summers off because I'm always working in the summer. You're always preparing for the next year. There's trainings and different things like that that happen in the summertime. But you get a lot of breaks throughout the year. You have relatively short work days. Besides all of the breaks that people look forward to, there are some things that are a little different about teaching. I think that's chicken. The first little bit of advice that I want to give you is don't think that because your first year of teaching is horrible that you're a horrible teacher. Children, parents, everybody, they pretty much can smell the fear coming from first year teachers. Whatever training you think you've had, there's nothing like a husband who comes in and interrupts your video. I don't know where your glasses are. Maybe you left them in the car. Can you go any slower? They didn't see that. You're going to be confused. It's just going to be difficult. So just keep that in mind. Just because the first year is rough doesn't mean the whole rest of your teaching profession is going to be rough. And my first year of teaching was crazy. And if you want me to let you know all about that in a story time, I can let you know. Let me know if you are interested. He found his glasses. Let me know if you're interested in hearing about my first year of teaching, because I mean, it was a mess. The second piece of advice is not to assign students seats on the first day of school. So when students come in on the first day, it's going to be crazy. We always talk about how you just want them to get in school, eat, and get them back home. And that is literally what you try to do on the first day of school. Of course, you try to put in some procedures in there as well. But as long as they get there, you get them checked off that they ate something and you put them on the bus or get them in the car rider line or whatever, you're good. So it doesn't really matter where they sit at. You'll probably have them move to the floor so you can talk to them anyway. But if you let them sit where they want to sit, they're going to tell you where you can't let them sit. So if you're the kind of teacher to assign seats, like for me, I love flexible seating and I love letting students pick where they want to sit. I think I have a flexible seating video up that talks about how I do that. I know it shows the flexible seating, but I can't remember if I actually talked about how I do flexible seating. But again, if you want to see that, let me know below. So back to letting them choose where they want to sit. If you let them pick where they want to sit, they're going to show you, oh, I like sitting in the back of the room because I think you won't notice if I'm talking back here, or I don't think you notice if I just stuck a note in my desk, or whatever the case may be. But if you let them choose that back seat, then you know, I can't let you sit in the back. I need to move you up a little bit to the front, to the middle, something. Also, that group of students who really shouldn't be in the same classroom and you don't know how they got put in the same classroom and they've been in the same classroom since pre-K, why are they still together? Those students, they're going to sit together and act a hot mess. And then you'll say, nope, you over there, you over there, you over there, you over there. You face the opposite direction. You face that direction. So they won't be together anymore. So let them pick where they want to sit. They'll pick their friends, and then you'll know exactly who can't sit together. Something else that you should do is get to know the people behind the scenes. Like, get to know the names of the custodians, the janitors. Those are going to be the people who help you a whole lot. Like, if you want your desks lowered or risen, or you need some tool or something, you need to get into the building early, something, those people are going to be the ones who give you what you need. And so I know all the janitors, custodians that are in the school. We hug, we talk, we have conversations, and be genuine. And if you like need that extra desk, or you need that extra table, it's last minute, you can't find something that you really need, because you've built that relationship with them, you're going to be the first one that they give it to. Be nice to people. That's all throughout the school. I'm talking about the cafeteria ladies, the secretary of the school, the workroom personnel, if your school has someone who makes copies for you, just all the people who really don't get noticed for all the work that they do. Like, make sure you get in like really good with them and really build those genuine good relationships with them. It will really help you. Yeah, we joke about how the money is not good. It's really not when you think about all the extra things that you purchase for your students in your classroom, but it is, you are able to make a living on a teacher's salary. But the thing that no one really tells you about is that you will be mentally, physically, and literally invested in what goes on at your school, and it's hard to break away from that. So there have been many teachers who have lost their relationships with their spouses because of teaching. Mentally, they become mentally drained and physically sick because of all the hours. We have to deal with way more than people in other professions have to deal with. Like, when I think about when I was a writing teacher and I had to read the things that the students wrote to me when they poured their hearts out to me, like, that takes a mental toll on you if you are not ready for it. So just know that this job is all encompassing, and it's hard. You will learn a lot about yourself from your students. So if you really think about it, you're standing up in front of students, moving around a classroom in front of groups of students every day. All of your weird things that you don't even notice that you do will be on display for students. And the students who see you every day, they're going to start telling you that you do certain things. They'll tell you if you have glasses and you push your glasses up on your nose all the time. They'll tell you if you squint your face like this. They'll tell you if you sit there and you dig in your ear. They'll tell you if you're rubbing your hands together. Like, students will let you know or ask you why you do things that you never knew you did. You can't take yourself too seriously as a teacher, and you have to let yourself understand that you're going to be embarrassed by some little 5-year-olds one day, and it's just bound to happen. So when they embarrass you or try to embarrass you, just be like, oh, that's a really good question, and get back to work. Or, find some little smart comment to say to make them think that it doesn't hurt you inside. Children will let you know that you're doing everything wrong, so just be prepared for that. You're not able to really live in the moments of life that you have outside of school. So there have been some things that have happened in my life, sadnesses and things, and at times I've chosen to share those things with my students, but at the end of the day, their issues a lot of the times are bigger than mine. And even if I'm having a hard day, I wake up and it's a rough morning and nothing goes right, I have to go to work and put my game face on and be an actress and just pretend that everything is okay, because those little babies, they don't need to know the stresses that are going on in my life. They come to school to get an education, and I just have to bottle up whatever things I'm feeling and have enough strength to give them what they need. Sometimes it is just a really rough day, and I'll sometimes let my students know, I'm really not having the best day, please bear with me. I'll apologize up front if I snap at anyone because it's just been a rough day. But I'll let them know, y'all, that's not an excuse. I'm still going to give you my all today because you deserve it. Teaching is one of those jobs that you can't really hide behind a computer screen all day or in an office or a cubicle, because no matter what is going on in your life, you have to get up. Unless you decide to take the day off, you have to get up and you have to get in front of those students and you have to perform and teach with every part of yourself. I've had a couple of situations where it's just so rough and I'm getting to my point, like my boiling point, where I can't lose it in front of the students, but I feel my blood pressure rising. And so I'll just tell the students, no one talk to me for 5 minutes. I need a timeout. And I've just sat at my desk and I've taken a timeout. And if anyone walks into my room at that time and, you know, questions anything, I will give them the truth. I needed a timeout. So I took my timeout right here. Sometimes we need a timeout. Take your minutes that you need and get back and just continue to teach. This next tip or this next piece of advice, I don't even know what I will call this, but if you're a teacher, you have been there. And don't act like you haven't been there, but I'm just gonna let you know you'll be there one day if you haven't already. But as a teacher, you're not supposed to leave the students by themselves. So if you ever get that feeling in your gut and it's just real bubbly and you really have to go to the restroom, you just have to figure out a way to get to the restroom without letting the students know. And I know this is too much information. I have been there where you just drink that coffee and eat that breakfast that you shouldn't have had, and then your digestive system is just working and you just gotta go. Gotta go right now. Gotta go. But you're in the middle of a lesson. You can't just run out. You can't like, the children are gonna know you gotta go to the bathroom because you will have that run and that look of pain on your face. So you just have to like, oh goodness, you just have to like, I don't know, push all those feelings down to your gut and just hold on to it and just gotta squeeze and continue with the lesson. Try as hard as you can to get the students to a point where they can just be doing something. And then you tell the teacher across the hall or whatever situation y'all have, I have to go. Can you just listen in to the students? And you hope that you have trained your students to the point where they act right while you're gone. But man, that is a tough spot to be in. Don't let anybody know what's going on in your body. I don't really know what I was planning on doing. I don't really feel like I answered any question or really gave you some advice. But just prepare for that. That's gonna happen one day. If you really want to be relatable and build relationships with students and be able to teach them in a way where they will actually learn and want to learn, you have to do your research. You have to go on the internet, watch, you know, current TV shows and cartoons and things like that, depending on the age level of students that you have. Look up the new dances, the songs and all that, and find some way to bring that into your lesson. Here's a little story about astronomy. I teach second grade math and science. In science, we were talking about the moon and the sun and how the sun lights up everything, and how the moon, we see the moon's light because of the sun and all of that stuff. So my students like to say it's lit, like everything's lit. They don't even know what that means, but everything's lit. So I know that. So when we got to that lesson, those lessons, that content, I use that. And so my students, you know, I'd be like, yeah, you know, the sun, it's lit. And like, okay, that didn't come out as good as I wanted to come out, but in the classroom, it came out really, really good. The students thought it was funny. They remembered that the sun was lit. They remember that it lights up the sky, and you know, they connected all the things because I said it's lit. Like something as small as that, but they were able to relate to it and it engaged them and they remembered that the sun is lit. I sing songs all the time, we do dances, but you just want to find some way to connect with your students. You have to be ready for anything as a teacher. You have to be prepared to be a counselor, an encourager, a motivator. Don't just think you're going to go into the class and you will have a perfect classroom of students who are ready to learn and give you their all. Don't expect that. Expect to have a child who didn't get enough rest, a child who is sick and has a fever, but their parent didn't want to keep them out of school, so they gave them some Tylenol and sent them to school. And you know, a few hours into the day, the child is burning up and throwing up on your new pink rug. It's happened to me before. It's disgusting. Just be prepared for the worst. Don't wear your new clothes, your cute clothes to school unless you're okay with possibly getting something on them. Snot, markers, cough, germs, food, whatever. Children will get it on you. So be prepared for anything. Be prepared to teach whatever is available to you. Get your foot in the door and then you'll be able to possibly do the job that you really want to do in the future. A lot of people, they get in school, they say, I want to be a kindergarten teacher, but then you go on all these interviews, they ask you, what would you like to teach? You say kindergarten, and they say, we're not hiring a kindergarten teacher. There's no kindergarten teachers available. Sorry, you don't want this job, so I'm not going to even pursue this interview anymore because you want to teach kindergarten. I don't have that. Go find a school who has kindergarten available. I would suggest you just say, I am open to teaching anything. My heart, I feel like, is with kindergarten, but I want to be able to teach students. I love students, so I want to teach them. And I think I will be able to do that with any grade level. So I'm just here. I'm here. Put me where you want to put me. You know, something like that. I wanted to teach second grade. That's what I wanted to teach. I was a kindergarten and first grade teacher's aide. I really wanted to teach second grade. I student taught in fourth grade. And when I was applying for positions, a couple of schools called me and I was like, nope, I want to teach second grade. They're like, oh, we only have third grade available, so never mind. Oh, I want to teach second grade. Okay, I have fourth grade available. They said, never mind. So the school that I student taught at had a fourth grade position open and I took it. I was moved up to fifth grade and I'm like, man, I'm going the wrong way. I'm supposed to be going down to second grade and y'all are moving me up. I taught fourth grade, then I taught fifth grade for 3 years, and now I'm a second grade teacher. So hopefully eventually you will get the position that you want, but just be open to the fact that you probably won't teach where you want to teach from the beginning, but you probably will get there one day. So just hang in there. Last little bit of advice or bit of information that I want to let you know about teaching is that working with parents of the children who you are with every day is challenging. There are very many parents who believe that you are amazing at your job. They know you have their child's best interest at heart. They are going to back you up 100%. They know you know what you're doing. You have those parents who feel that way. And then you have the large majority who think that they know what's best for their child. You know nothing. They don't need to teach their children at home. That's your job. They'd rather go and make you look bad in front of your principal than actually come to you and resolve any issues. I mean, you just have parents who just, it seems like they just want to make your life horrible. You do. But once you prove to them that you love their child just as much as they do, and you really just want what's best for their child, and you're really just doing the best you can with the situation and the cards and everything that's been dealt to you and all the 25 other children in your class, in addition to their one child. Their child is the worst. They don't know that, but you know their child is horrible, and everybody else know their child is horrible, but they're the only people in America who don't know that their child is horrible. But they still need to know that you want the best for their child. That's all they really want. So parents can be difficult, but once they know you care and you're going to do everything possible to make sure that their child has the best educational experience that they can have, they will be on your side and your life will be better. So I do not know how many tips I just gave you, but I hope that you have enjoyed them. I hope that they will benefit you. I hope that if you want to be a teacher, you continue on with it. And I want you to know teaching is hard. It's very, very rewarding in a lot of ways, but it's also very challenging. But you have a lot of help on the internet and in your school and everything else, and so you will be successful. I wish the best for you, and if you want to know anything else, just let me know and I'll get back to you when I can. I feel like I just did a voicemail or something. All right, so I will talk to y'all soon. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, all that other good stuff. Follow me on Instagram, and I will talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope it helps some of y'all. Bye.